Hey everybody, Varun here from 𝗀𝗍𝗃𝗲𝗃. Guys, as all of you know, I posted a video yesterday and I told you that if you're sitting at home, you are practicing PT and you're not really sure what mistakes you're making, please send me your scorecards and I'll analyze and tell you which of the following tasks you need to worry more about and what are the things you need to focus on. I've got hundreds of emails, guys. I tried my best to reply as many as emails was possible. I've replied with all the possible tasks you can do, which will help you to get your desired score. I've got around 20 scorecards with me, and I'll tell all of the students who have sent me and the scorecards are with me that what are the things you need to work on. Even if you haven't got a reply for me, make sure you watch this video because some of the what I have done, I have chosen scorecards, people who are aiming for 8 and are standing on 7, people aiming for 7 sitting on 6, and people aiming for 6 sitting on 5.5. I've scored all the type of scorecards so that if you are in a similar scenario, similar situation, you can get the feedback as well and you can get some insights on what are the things you need to work on. All right, let's start. The very first scorecard I've got Parminder Kaur from Brisbane. She writes to us that she is scoring 67 and she's aiming for 79 plus. Parminder, what I would like to say, you're getting 75 in speaking. You have told you have taken few attempts. Very first thing, you are struggling in listening and writing. You have got around 65 in both of them. Very first thing you need to work is on your summarized spoken text. Make sure you have enough keywords in your content. Your content is missing 120%. Then next thing, you're making a lot of spelling errors. A lot of spelling errors in the listening section. Even though you have got around 60 in spelling, you might be thinking it's a fine score. I really need it to be perfect, because if you have spelling errors in listening section, that is going to impact your score significantly. So spelling errors in listening section, summarize spoken text, I need more keywords. Write from dictation is something you really need to work on. You might be thinking you have practiced thousands of those and you're perfect, but believe me, if your write from dictation would have been perfect, your score would have been better. So make sure you practice summarize spoken text, listening blanks, highlight incorrect words, and write from dictation from your listening section. Don't worry much about essay for now. Your essay seems to be pretty fine. Don't worry much about it. Then comes your speaking section. I really need you to improve on your pronunciation. I really need you to work on the clarity of words in read aloud, content part in repeat sentence, and read a lecture as well. I need more keywords from you. So read aloud, repeat sentence, and read a lecture from your speaking section. Then 4 tasks I have told you from your listening section. Then comes your reading section. Practice 30 reading and writing blanks, 30 reading blanks, and 15 reorder paragraph every day. If you follow this for around 10 to 15 days, sit for a mock test, your score is going to improve 100%. Around 10 to 12 tasks you need to worry about. Writing, don't worry much about it. Writing score will capture. If you practice more on listening and reading, your writing score will go up. So don't worry much about your essays and summary, that are pretty much fine. Let's focus on the task I've told you. All the very best. Keep me updated. All right. The next scorecard we have got is Bennett. He is from Australia, I think Sydney. He is aiming for 79, getting 79 in listening, which is a good score. 67 in speaking, which is main concern. 72 in reading and 77 in writing. Now, Bennett, one thing. First of all, we really need to work on speaking, because if our speaking goes up, our listening is going to go up for sure, and reading is going to go up for sure as well. How do we work out speaking? I am 120% sure you are using one or the other template. It's fine to use a template, but really, I really want you to make sure that you are implementing the template properly. A lot of time, what happens? The template part, which you have memorized properly, in speaking, you speak that particular thing in a very fast manner, and when it comes to content, you slow down. Make sure you're consistent with your template as well as with your content part. Another thing, make sure you take natural pauses. Don't just rush through any of the tasks in speaking. Practice 25 read aloud, 35 repeat sentences, and 10 read a lecture every day. Make sure you're clear and computer is recognizing whatever word you're speaking, your content is 100%. Now, if you solve out your speaking, it won't really solve our writing part. It will help us in the reading section, it will help us in the listening section, but it won't really help us in the writing section. For writing, I need you to practice write from dictations every day, summarize spoken text every day, and around 30 reading and writing blanks. If you work on these tasks, you are going to be fine. All the very best. Let me know if you have any doubts, or whenever you book your exam, let me know. I'll try my best. Then we have got Can from Turkey. He is writing from Turkey. He needs 60. He has taken the exam 6 times already, just missing by 4-5 points every time. Can, I'm going to tell you, you're going to get your score. Very first thing, you do not really need to worry about your essays. Your essays are very good. Don't worry much about it. Even though, despite the fact you are doing perfect in your essays, you're getting 58 in writing. Why? Because you're struggling and you're making a lot of mistakes in your listening section. For you, I'll only recommend work on your speaking and listening section. In listening, in summarized spoken text, make sure you're adding enough keywords. Keywords are less. I really recommend you to write around 65 words. If you write around 65 words, you'll be fine. You don't really need to worry about it. And make sure you have good keywords. Make sure your spellings are correct and practice a lot of write from dictations. You can practice them from our YouTube channel. We post them every month, and they're highly likely to be in your exam. So cover your write from dictations, summarize spoken text, listening blanks, read alouds and repeat sentences. Make sure you speak clearly and you'll be fine. Don't stress about it, but make sure your listening section is very good. Write from dictation and summarize spoken text. Alright, all the best, Can. If you book your exam, let me know. I'll try to help you out. Next, we have got 𝗁𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗃. He's from India. Overall score is 73, listening is 71, reading is 76, speaking 73, and writing 81, aiming for 79. One thing I really need you to improve, 𝗁𝗵, is your pronunciation. We are getting around 66 in that. At least we need to make sure we level it up. It's not like if you get 19 pronunciation, then only you'll get the score. But yes, that is one factor which I see is the reason you're not really getting your scores in reading and listening. You are not really getting 100% scores from your content part in speaking. Let's work on the clarity of speech in read aloud, repeat sentence, and read a lecture. Don't rush too much. Don't go too slow. Speak at a moderate, natural pace. Take natural pauses. At the same time, make sure you're very clear. Then after that, your writing is 81, but I really want you to be on the safest side. I don't really want you to get the scores in other section, and the next time you don't really get the score in writing section. For writing, make sure you practice summarize spoken text, write from dictations, and make sure your spellings are correct. Just focus on these things and you'll be fine. Then we have got 𝗚𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃 from Bhutan. He writes to us that he has taken the exam twice, aiming for 65 plus, just missing out in speaking. And in the previous attempt, he got more than 70 in speaking, and this time he has got 54 in speaking. This normally happens with a lot of students, that yes, one attempt they're getting 90 in speaking, other time they're getting 60 in speaking. There are few factors which I have written down. What can be the possible reasons, 𝗚𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃? The very first thing, make sure your microphone is working. Going down from 90 to 60 is not something which is very reasonable. It's not justifiable. So microphone can be one of the reason. Make sure your microphone is working properly and your position is correct as well. Next thing, do not change your strategies. Stick to the strategies which are working for you. Sometimes what we think, this strategy worked for my friend, I'll try this one as well. Each and every one of us is different. Each and every one of us speak in a different manner. We are not really able to recognize it, but yes, machine will recognize it. So whatever is working for you, just stick to it. Do not change it. Do not alter it, right? Another thing, what I want you to practice making sure that you speak clearly. Whenever you are practicing read alouds, repeat sentence, and read a lecture, make sure you have speechtexter.com. Just make sure you turn on speechtexter.com. What happens with that? Whatever you speak, the computer which you're using to practice will transcribe your words. So whatever you speak will be coming up on your screen as words. Make sure you're at least getting 90% of the content, means 90% of the words you're speaking should be as the transcription of what you have said in the computer. If so, you'll get the score. I recommend do not delay too much. Try to go for the exam in 2 to 3 weeks. You'll be fine. Then we have got Krishna Panchal. She's got overall 72, listening 70, reading 71, speaking 75, writing 76. Very first thing I really need you to work is on clarity. Speaking is 75, despite the fact fluency is 90, pronunciation is 60. Let's work a bit on your clarity. Stress a bit on words, because I don't really want you to slow down or change your pace, because your fluency is working fine and don't really want it to be impacted in order to make any change. So one thing you need to work on, try to stress a bit on words so that they are more clear. Another thing, just to make sure our listening and writing scores go up, summarize spoken text write around 65 words, and make sure you have enough content in it, please. Try to add as much as content possible. Reading and writing blanks is one thing which you need to work on, and then summarize spoken text as I've told you, and write from dictations as well. Make sure your spellings are perfect. You've got a perfect 19 spelling, but for the next attempt as well, be very cautious about the spellings that you don't really make any mistake. Just keep on practicing, get the right feedback, and you'll be fine. Practice more of your speaking, reading and writing blanks, and listening task. Alright, then we have got Merlina. First attempt, she has got 74, 83 in speaking, 76 in writing, 73 in reading, and 71 in listening. Spelling is one thing which I point out you really need to be worried about. Your scores in listening and writing are 120% low because you have made a lot of spelling errors in the listening section. Make sure you work on your spellings in listening, fill in the blanks, write from dictations, and summarize spoken text. If you've got any mistake in summarize spoken text in terms of spellings, or in fill in the blank spellings, or write from dictation spellings, your listening and writing score is going to go down. Please be worried about it. Please make sure you proofread each and everything properly. Write from dictation, summarize spoken text, listening, fill in the blank spellings. I want them to be 100% perfect. Then repeat sentences. I really want you to repeat more content, and also focus on reading and writing blanks. These 5 to 6 tasks, if you practice regularly, you'll be fine to go for the exam in next 2 to 3 weeks, and you'll get your score. All the very best. Then we have got 𝗚𝗍𝗃𝗲𝗄𝗧. He has taken the exam twice or thrice, I think. He's got overall 70. Now speaking is 71, writing is 74, reading is 75, and listening is 76. One thing I want you to improve is, again, I can figure this out that you are using some of the template. You're not really using it throughout, but yes, in some of the tasks in speaking, you're using the template. First of all, you need to have this very clear in your mind that which strategy you have to go with. What can be possible in your case, you're mixing a lot of strategies. Just stick to one thing and follow it properly. Because when we have a lot of things in our mind, let's do this, you are going to be very in a state of confusion while you sit for the exam. Everything should be crystal clear in your mind that what you have to do, and that is how you have to attempt your exam, please. Speaking, speak naturally, take natural pauses, do not rush through it, do not speak too slow, stress a bit on keywords so that you're speaking in such a way that you're conveying the message. Another thing, summarize spoken text and write from dictations, very, very important. Along with that, for you especially, I'll recommend practice highlight incorrect words as well. A lot of time we take it very lightly, but I'm 100% sure if you practice 10 highlight incorrect words, 120% you'll have around 5 to 6 mistakes. So make sure you practice a lot of them, at least 10 to 12 passages every day. That is what you really need to work on. Essay, you have got written discourse 49. I'll recommend you add more keywords related to the main topic. Let's say you have got an essay topic on sports. Make sure you add words like cricket, football, entertainment. They help us relax, they keep us physically fit, mentally fit. Try to add more keywords. If you follow these things, you'll be fine, you'll get your score, but make sure you need to practice. It's not like you just practice 4 or 5 days and think you get the score. Practice unless you achieve your perfection. Alright, and then we have got Vishal. He has got 61 overall, aiming for 65. Listening is 59, writing is 56, speaking is 71, reading is 65. Vishal, very first thing, written discourse is 17, which is almost nothing. I'll say 0. One thing you need to work on, essay. You have to make sure you are adding a lot of relevant, related keywords to your essay topic. If you do not add relevant and related keywords in your essay topic, you're going to struggle in your writing section. Apart from that, summarize spoken text. You have to work on your spellings. Spellings, we have only got 16, which is also nothing. You've got hundreds of spelling errors, I can say. Make sure you are up to the mark with your spellings. If you're not really sure about any particular word, do not write it. But whatever you write should be 100% perfect. In summarize spoken text, listening blanks, as well as in write from dictation, in essays as well, in summarize written text as well. Write in simple language, I'm happy with it, but do not complicate and then mess up your spellings. So essay, try to include more keywords, work on your spellings. Summarize spoken text, more keywords, write from dictation, listening blanks. If you work on all of these, along with read aloud and repeat sentences, you're going to get the score. All the very best. And last scorecard for today, I've got 𝗀𝗚𝗃𝗃. He is based in Australia. He's taken the exam twice, I guess. Speaking is 75, reading is 70, listening is 66, and writing is 65. Aiming for 79. He has taken the exam 6 months back. 𝗀𝗚𝗃𝗃, what I'll recommend first of all, let's work on your pronunciation, only 34. Now, considering your score in other sections, I'm 120% sure it's not the way you speak is bad. Probably the mic position wasn't correct, because you have got good score in reading, which means yes, computer was able to recognize your content, not 100%, but yes, to some extent. And but the reason is why you have got less score in pronunciation, that your mic position wasn't correct, or it was too close to your mouth, that there were a lot of disturbances along with your speech. Make sure next time your mic position is correct. I have uploaded a recent video on YouTube and Facebook as well, where I discuss the right and exact mic position you need to have. Please follow that. Then I really need you to work on your spellings. Spelling is something which is letting you down. Work on your spellings in listening section. I'm stressing a lot about spellings in listening section, because if you have 10 spelling errors in essay, it won't really impact your score a lot, because in essay spellings are only worth 1.5 to 2 points, 2 marks, right, out of 15. In listening, if you have 10 spelling errors, you're going to lose 10 points in listening and 10 in writing. We see less score in spellings, and we keep on practicing essay, but spelling, we lose a lot of points in the listening section. Please be very careful about it. I really need you to work on your spellings. Make sure you have enough keywords, you're using the right format and right template in summarized spoken text. Then after that, you have to make sure you practice around 40 write from dictations every day, 20 read alouds, 35 repeat sentences, 5 read a lecture. After that, you have to make sure in essay as well, you are adding a lot of keywords which are relevant to your main essay topic. Also, especially for you, I need you to practice 25 reading blanks, 25 reading and writing blanks, and 15 reorders every day, and you'll be on your way. And that was the last scorecard for today. I've got a number of other scorecards as well. I'll try my best to answer all of you, reply all of you. Apologies if I am not able to reply you, but I'll still try my best. Make sure you update me whenever you take the exam. Whatever you come up with, I'll try my best to help you out. Also, make sure you keep on practicing. PT is not difficult, but not easy as well. If you practice it the right way, you get the right direction and right feedback, you understand the working of the exam, you are going to be on your way to get your results go. All the very best, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks for your support, and I'll try to make a lot of these videos, similar videos, where I can interact with you and try to answer as many queries as possible and help you get the results go. All the very best. Stay connected and take care, guys. Bye.